Hi guys, today I want to share with you some basic fundamental movements that we do a lot in class, but also stuff you can do at home on your own, and make sure you guys have a reference so you're doing them correctly. So I'm going to go through here and we're going to detail some basic ones. Some of them you've seen before, some we do quite a bit, and maybe some you haven't seen before. So Paul's going to help me. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do it, how it applies when you're using a partner and a live roll, and then how we can do it on our own. So hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, our first two that we're going to do is the Upa and the Shrimp. These we use a bunch in Jiu-Jitsu on the defensive end when we're looking to reverse positions or escape positions. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple positions that we'll use these in, and then I'll show you how you can do it by yourself, is technically do these correctly. On both the Upa Shrimp, it's really important that you do these 100% correctly, or as close as you can, because when you're going against somebody a lot bigger, a lot stronger than you, the efficiency in the movement is really going to make a difference. If you get like an 80%, you'll start to escape, but then some of that times their muscle or their strength will take over and they'll be able to stay in their position. So it's really important that you strive to be 100% correct when we're doing these and not worry about how fast you do them. Okay guys, so our first one we're going to detail the Upa and the Shrimping is from the side control. So Paul has me in a good position. He got the side control position. I need to get back to my guard. So I'm going to use my Upa and Shrimp to achieve that. So I already have my frames. I'm going to bring my leg up and post with my heel off the mat. We're turning, so I pivot off of my shoulder, and then we're going to do our Upa. A big Upa, and then we're going to combine that into the Shrimp. Escaping our hips away. Now I create a lot of space, and we can bring our feet to his hips, and now we have our guard back. Our next one we're going to do, we use this in quite a bit, could be the mount. One, we can just do the regular Upa from here, because I've already trapped the arm, so I have the elbow down. We have our legs underneath of us. We're turning, once again, so we can pivot off our shoulder, and we're going to do a big Upa. Over. Now we come up to the top position. Next one we're going to do is, from here, is I frame to the hip from there. Now we're going to do our Upa again. Big Upa, and then Shrimp. And Shrimp, and then we have our feet back to the hips, and we have a guard. Okay guys, now let's technically break down the Upa, and so you guys can drill this correctly at home. So, you're going to start on your back. We're bringing our legs up underneath of us so we can engage our hips, strongest part of our body. Arms stay in. Now, where we're going to go is to like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. You're going to pivot off your shoulder, and we're going to bring our hips up and to the side, and then down. Here. It's not a straight arch, and it's not a roll on your side. It's right in between. From there, we're looking at a different angle, in like this. And that's what's going to create the space when you combine that with the Shrimp to be able to replace the guard, or we're reversing out of the mount position. Okay, now our most important drill we work on, and we do this about in every class, is going to be the Shrimp. But it's important that you do it technically correct to get the most out of the movement. So, when we're shrimping from here, we're going to be like this. You're going to be to your side. Important. We load this leg under, and this is the one that's doing the work. This leg's not. Now, you're going to pivot off of your shoulder, lifting your hip up off the mat, and escaping your hip down. So my head didn't move at all from there. My arms stay in. Then you bring your upper body. You load back, turn to the side, up, moving the hip down the mat, then our upper body. Reload, in, down the mat, and always in with our hands framing, not using those to push. From there, keep your hands in, nice and tight. That's what's protecting your neck. Okay guys, the next one we're going to do is a re-guarding drill. This is a really good one because you work on moving your hips while also keeping our frames intact. This one you can do with spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, and I also will show a variation where you guys can do it by yourself on the wall. Okay, So, from this one, Paul's gonna be above me. I got my head off the mat, I got my legs up. He's gonna do a basic pass where he's gonna throw the legs. As he's throwing the legs, I'm already gonna be tilting my hips. My outside leg comes over and it frames. So then he can't pass. He threw my legs this way, this leg keeps him from that. Then we're gonna use that to pull through, replace, replace. Then you can go the other side. But always keeping our hands up. Frame, replace, replace. Okay, the next one we're going to do is keeping somebody in front of you as they're circling to try to pass. This one is another one we can do on your own. Works the core and also just some good fundamentals, keeping your head off the mat and your feet high. So, legs high, legs spread. I have my head off the mat, and we're going to be like this, okay? So I always have my hands framing. Paul's going to move one direction, and you're just rocking. So I rock, my feet always come up and then down to the waistline, never lower, because these are my frames, okay? And you're rocking and using your elbows to move you around from there. And always keeping my feet level with like the hip points. Okay, the next one we're going to go over is how to do a shot correctly. And we're going to use this when I show you guys how to do it by yourself. But this is how we would apply this in a regular roll, since we start all of our rolls standing. So, my opponent's from here. What I'm going to do is, in my wrestling stance, we're lowering, heels off the mat, and then we're shooting through. Nice penetration with my back straight. Trail leg comes up, we pivot, and then we're just running and covering. So we see that again just a little bit quicker from there. I mean, like this, close enough where you can touch. I'm lowering, shooting, and we're into the side control. Okay, next what we're going to do is just practicing our shots. This is one, sometimes people are a little mistaken on how they do it, and they end up with a lot of concussion on their knee when they try to do it, and also makes it where you can't do it unless it's padded. So I want to show you guys the details on this so you can work this at home and just go nice and slow and just work on those nice penetration shots. Then it'll help you when you go live as you feel a little more comfortable trying to shoot on people on more of a fluid movement. So what's real important is that we start down nice and low in like a wrestling position, not trying to start up from here. Then we're from here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put our hand down to help take some of that away, and then we're pushing forward and just letting this slide. So you're not banging down, you're pushing forward into here, and this one comes up, and then you're back. So we're like this, in from here, and like this. See that again. We're from here, starting nice and low, through, right there, just covering some distance without that banging that knee into the mat or your floor at home. We're in here like this, in, through, and up. Okay, so here we are from another angle. Lowering, starting from here, back up. Really important, we're starting nice and low, so you're not dropping down so much. Same thing we do if we were shooting. Here, and back up, ended up in a good wrestling stance as well. Okay, our next one that complements the shot is how to sprawl. So that's when somebody is trying to attack your legs, take you down, how to get your legs out of danger, and then be able to stay standing. Okay, so this time Paul's going to shoot. Okay, he's in from here. Now, once he shoots, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the head down, and I'm going to get my legs back. So we're going to go back from here, trying to get our hips down to the mat, heavy on his shoulders, makes where he can't hold my legs from here, and then you can circle, and then you go behind him. Okay, so let's see that just a little bit quicker. From here, fall back, and circle. Okay, next one we're going to do is our sprawl, and it's real important on our sprawl is that we're taking our legs backwards. We're not falling over the person that's trying to take us down. So once again, we're standing in a nice low position, and if it helps, you can make like a mark or have a belt in front of you, that's where your hand's gonna go. And none of my body is gonna go past where my toe is at. So I drop down from here, and then my legs come back from there, and you're gonna end up with your hips heavy to the mat from there, and then we're gonna pop back up, right back in our resting stance. So you're moving from here, dropping down. So you're not jumping at all, we're just dropping those hips heavy to the mat from here. Then you can also just circle out right back in a resting stance. So for here, boom, up, right from there. Okay, our next one is going to be technical stand-up. I'm going to show you guys how this will apply to a sports jiu-jitsu application as well as a self-defense application. First one we can use it in, and use it quite a bit, is like coming up off of a sweep. So we're here, I'm doing a basic hook sweep. From there, push. Now I'm going to use my technical stand-up so I can still stay in base if he tries to come back up. And we're here, now I'm in a good base looking to pass. Our self-defense application is I've already set up. From here, I'm framing. I create some distance. Then, to be able to get up the quickest and in a good base, having, if he comes re-attack, is technical stand-up. And I'm right here where I can strike, shoot, or flee, if that's the case. Okay guys, our next one might be a new one to some of you guys, and it's going to be a shrimp variation, but we're going to use it to scoop our hip through. We use this quite a bit in half guard, but also I'm going to detail it here is on like a Kimura escape from there. So I'm on my side. Paul's already going to be into the with the Kimura, has it locked from here. Now what I'm doing from here is I'm taking my feet that are here, we're taking them out, getting a grip, and then we're making our hip travel and facing. Let's watch again. He's got the Kimura from there. I'm gonna try to get my elbow to the ground. So you can't just put your elbow to the ground. We gotta change the angle. So I change the angle by putting my feet out, then my hip travel, and then facing. And then you already got a shrimp. I'm in a frame where you can look to replace. Okay guys, the next one we do is called flat rolls. And this is a good one. You work on going over the back and then on going on the front too. Learn to go over our shoulder, getting our head out of the way. We encounter that quite a bit during rolls so you don't bind your neck up. It's important to be able to roll over your shoulder correctly and also the front roll. So, the way we do this one, you can start from here and you're just going to do a back roll. When I do the back roll, we're going to have our hand out to the side. From here, our knees come over to the same side. And then from this one, you're going to end up flat. Okay? Then, from here, you're going to take your arm out, bring it in, come back up. You can technical stand up, kind of back, right back from here. And then we're rolling back through, up, through, and then reset again. Okay, next one we're going to do is rockers. This complements a technical stand-up from position, so it's a way to come up from a seated position to one leg or to both legs. So on this one, we're going to be from here. We're going to tuck our foot in, toes down, and then we're going to bring our hips up and through. And then just reverse the position in a controlled manner. Here, tuck, pushing. Not using our hands to the mat. Nice and controlled. And each on the way up and the way down. Boom. Okay. Another good one, a functional movement one, and controlling our own body is the S-sits. So from here, you start in like this. From here, making an S. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer, coming through here, and then through. And you're going to do this and coming over the top of the body, working and just controlling your own body without rocking and not trying to put a hand down to the mat. Real important when we do jiu-jitsu is that we control our body before we can control our opponent's body. And this is a good functional movement one from there. Just working from there, kind of help open up the hips too. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys can use these, work on this stuff at home, always improving, always getting better.